I'm a little nervous. I got to be honest with you. Can I just say this? I'm a little nervous about this game on Sunday now. I feel like Cam Newton's going to smoke the Dolphins.
Hey,
he's done it before.
Game, dude. Revenge game.
Why?
Because everybody was disrespecting him. He's doing the thing. Said he was washed. Hashtag wash Cam. I know. But now, like, Belichick and him have a love fest together. I think Belichick's probably happy. You know, I heard Belichick the other day. He doesn't sound like himself. He sounds like rejuvenated.
Oh, I heard him yesterday. He actually called in during the broadcast of the football game because he has a lot of tie-ins with Navy, and it was a blowout. So he's
from Annapolis.
Yeah, he's from Annapolis, and they just let him talk, and he was yammering about all the days of Navy football. Yeah,
I heard him. He was talking about. It was something like Cam said that they were like a match made in heaven because like Cam said they were. He was a little apprehensive to go be coached by Belichick. I'm sure because he's like, I don't know if Belichick's gonna like me or whatnot. And he then said that they ended up being a match made in heaven. And I heard Belichick like react to it. Belichick, he didn't sound like himself. He sounded almost like he was excited. I'm like, this doesn't sound like a Bill Belichick.
I mean, he's almost 70.
I know. I understand.
I think he's in such a better mood that Tom's not around.
I think he is. I think he's happy that Tom Brady's not around.
And I bet you the same could be said for Tom.
Oh, he's thrilled. Probably. Him and Gronk are thrilled. Sans pants.
Keep in mind. Think about this. Has there ever been a coach and a player be together that long?
Oh, I mean, just Pop and Tim Duncan? Is that even like? I don't even think that hit that.
Played 20 years.
They never won 20. They never made it 20 years. Yeah. Well, right. Duncan played 19. I mean,
they made it close. They made
it close.
They made it close, but
okay.
No,
but how often does it happen?
I don't know, but Greg Popovich and Tim Duncan love each other. Like Tim Duncan stayed away a year. He did some Muay Thai, and then he came and coached.
But keep in mind, the difference is that, like in basketball, when you have your star player, you treat him like a star player. In football, all coaches don't want their player to end up with a big head. For reasons you can't explain, not that it would ever happen with Tom Brady. But they always feel like they have to play these mind games with their athletes. You know, I told you, like, you could go, Tom Brady could throw for 500 yards, and here's Belichick. You know, Tom did a lot of good things. You know, we have to continue to get better and, you know, fix the mistakes and on to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well,
every week for 20 years.
And you know it bothered him because if we believe the reports, which I do, because the Patriots have been a leaky ship lately with all the drama, that Gisele Bündchen ripped Belichick to Robert Kraft, saying that he treated him like what was it? It was Johnny Foxborough, like he was a nobody. That's obviously coming from Brady because Brady's ripping Belichick to his wife. I rip all these people to my wife all the time. You think who hears more Galen slander to them than Mrs. Tobin? anytime I want to get something off my chest about Galen, Mrs. Tobin knows about it. When I was producing Zaslow show, same thing. Mother bleep Zazo up and down to Mrs. Tobin. She hears all the dirt.
Now you just do it on the air.
Yeah.
And Amber.
Oh, all the dirt. All the dirt.
All right.
You think they'll show up to work today?
I hope so. By the way, I'm glad you mentioned that, Robbie. So yesterday, this Mark Hochman, all right, peacocking around, doing one of his things, his terrible Mount Rushmores, has another T-shirt that he's trying to sell off at his piddly website. He wants a pat on the back because his producer Alejandro Solana got on the phone and begged him because he heard us shaming him on the air about not having the guts. And Solana fancies himself as a steward of Heat culture, a good member of Heat Nation, which he is. Listen, he came up with the LeBron is tired chant. Hilarious. Good for Solana and his bag of bits. But Solana got all embarrassed because we called out their guts for not showing up after a Heat loss. And so he called, please, Hawk, please show up and do a radio show. And so Hawk, feeling bad for Solana, they ended up doing a radio show. They show up at 2:00. And they're saying, "What do you know, Tobin? How did you know that we weren't even going to be on the air, or if we were going to be on the air?" Meanwhile, it says it on the schedule. But they showed up, Leroy, for 2 hours yesterday. And replayed 2 hours. They barely showed up for work. They did a little preseason game. Showed up for a few snaps. Let Mike Kugno
backups in the second half.
Did some call-ins with Mike Kugno and Dave Hyde, who's talking about his ridiculous Bam Adebayo trade idea, and then called it a day. Replayed it at 4:00. He's sitting here all outraged for their work ethic. You did half a show. Get the hell out of here.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. And will Cucumber Water and Lapdog show up today? I assume so. I mean, you would think that, Zazzos has to work today anyway, so one would think that they're actually going to show up, but who can tell? Who really could know? I mean, honestly. Let's get to headlines.
This is WAXYAM South Miami and WSFS-FM HD2 Miramar, a radio.com sports station.
Imagine Leroy saying, "Hey, only half my carries today, please."
If you're a running back for Bill Belichick, you got to get
him while you get him.
Yeah.
What do you
got,
got, Rob?
20 carries one week and 5 the next week.
You guys ready for the Miami Dolphins depth chart?
You bet your ass I am.
All right, so
take off my monocle for this one.
We know about Ryan Fitzpatrick. He is the starter at quarterback. Tua is the backup. But the offensive line, some interesting notes. Austin Jackson, starting left tackle. Not that big of a surprise. But how about 4th-round pick Solomon Kinley? His stock was up all practice. He is the starting right guard.
Cool. I like it.
You have Ted Karras at center, Eric Flowers in left guard, and Jesse Davis at right tackle. That means Robert Hunt, 2nd-round pick, did not make the starting offensive line. And 4th-round pick.
How about this? If it works out, this is exactly what you want.
2 rookies and a bunch
of
of
young men being able to put some time in together, and you can have a consistent offensive line for, 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, Flores wasn't starting 3 rookie offensive linemen.
Oh, no, that made him sound like he wanted to vomit. 3 rookie offensive linemen, but 2's fine. I think 2 out of 3, not too shabby.
I'm shocked that the 4th round. I mean, Solomon McKinley was rave reviews all camp, but he was a 4th-round pick. Hunt was a 2nd-round pick. Kinley made the team, and Hunt didn't. Made the starting 5.
Look, man,
second
round picks haven't exactly been a Dolphins haven. I mean, it's almost been as bad as the 1st-round picks.
Look, just because you don't get a starting role as a 2nd-round pick on the offensive line, I'm not making anything of it.
Well, and Solomon McKinley played at Georgia in better competition than Robert Hunt played at UL Lafayette.
Not that. He's just, maybe it's a technique thing. Maybe it's there's things that you have to get acclimated to at the next level. It happens with everybody when they move on to a new job. Let's not make it sound like, he's supposed to just come in and be a starter. That means nothing.
Jesse Davis also a captain.
Ooh,
I think, and so is Ted Karras for the offense. So it's Ted Karras, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Jesse Davis on the offense. You had Bobby McCain, Kyle Van Noy, Landon Roberts. They were on defense. Kevon Frazier, Clayton. I don't know how to say his last name. Fegedellum. Yeah, he's the special teams. 2 special teams captains, Leroy.
Huh?
2 special teams captains.
Oh.
How about
that? Running back.
Great. Yeah, whatever.
Running back, you got Jordan Howard, starter, Matt Breida behind him, Myles Gaskin, and Patrick Laird still on the roster. He made the 53.
The intern?
Special teams guy.
Not last year. Last year, he got that run.
Hey, I'm telling you. You met Harold.
Yep.
My roommate on the road. He was a special teams guy for 12 years. Listed as a running back. He had 3 carries since I known him.
Yeah, the Dolphins have had those special teams guys. Walt Aikens.
You're gonna have 3 or 4 guys. Robbie? You're gonna have 3 or 4 guys that do all the special teams. Every team has them.
Yeah, I don't think they have Walt Aikens anymore. They got. I think that's
No,
why.
he's not there anymore. But they had some other guy who was there like all the time. He was just like, special teamer.
Well, for the Patriots, it's Matthew Slater. He's like a regular Pro Bowler. He's like a special teams ace.
That's right.
I mean,
special teams. You're always a special teams ace. Like when you're a great special teamer, you're an ace.
I look at special teamers as guys that go in and piss off everybody and then run off the field.
I mean,
it's the worst.
Denny. I mean,
Oh, of course. I mean, legend.
Really?
What? He is. He should be in the Ring of Honor.
Somebody said Harold had 3 carries, still had more yards than Laird.
A wide receiver. Devontae Parker, Preston Williams, no surprise to the starters. Jakeem Grant, Isaiah Ford on the second team. I mean, nowadays 3 or 4 wide receiver sets happen all the time. And then Malcolm Perry and Matt Collins on the third team, and newcomer Lynn Bowden Jr. on the fourth team.
Yeah.
They got that much depth? Fourth team?
Well, he's literally like Flo said. He literally doesn't know where the meeting rooms are yet, so not really.
And you guys ready for the surprise? Well, not really a surprise when you think about it, but Durham Smythe, he is listed the starter at tight end with Mike Gesicki and Adam Shaheen behind him in that order. And in fact, twice in the past couple of weeks, tight ends coach George Godsey spoke of Smith's immense value in ways that aren't visible on the stat sheet, which we will translate blocking.
Listen. I love when a coach says that about me. Don't look at his yards per carry. Look at all the intangibles. No. You know what? I never got paid on an intangible.
Yeah, you never went to the negotiating table and said, hey, what about my intangibles?
Nope. They look at all your numbers.
Man.
I mean, Gesicki's going to be lined up in the slot anyways half the time.
Right. There should be another name for it. Like, we have a stretch 4, or you have they should call him a stretch tight end.
Stretch tight end.
Right, because that's all he's going to do. Look,
I'm with you.
If Gesicki is on the end of the line and they're running the football, they're going the other way.
Tackle for loss.
Yeah, like why not? Like we have in basketball, like positions are kind of becoming irrelevant almost in basketball. It should be the same.
You know
thing
why you have to do it in football? In basketball, you don't have to do it because it doesn't determine how much you get paid.
Yeah.
But, for example, you remember
Jimmy Graham.
Jimmy Graham wanted to be a wide receiver because if they franchise you, the average of top 5 at receiver is larger than the average of top 5 at tight end. So you can go and justify getting paid X amount of dollars because you're considered a wide receiver.
Well, there were 2 big extensions this offseason. Didn't Kelsey get paid and Kittle got paid? Were they close to the top wide receiver? I wonder.
Kittle got a lot.
Kittle got a lot because he is that offense when you think about it.
Let's see. I'm going to look it up. What else we got, Robbie?
Oh, by the way, just on this note, this is a funny note from over the weekend. So Texas State, I think they had all of their tight ends inactive for contract tracing or whatever, so they had to play offensive linemen at tight end for the whole game.
I didn't see that, but I did see the 300-pounder from Memphis with the direct snap. And I mean, fat guy with the football is just always the best. I mean, not really. Like, you're still right, Leroy. Like, Kittle's average per year is $15 million. He's the top paid guy. That would make him. Well, I mean, that would make him 15th behind Jarvis Landry.
Right. But if I make him a wide receiver, he would have probably got 20.
The highest paid is Julio Jones, 22 a year, and I think DeAndre Hopkins is about to get a new deal, so he'll probably make more than that.
It'd be around 20. So, yeah, that's what he was fighting for. You can't be the primary receiver and then have the team come to you and say, but you're a tight end.
Yeah,
and then throw you the ball 100 times a year.
Kittle's fully guaranteed is 23.6, and I mean that would put him at. I kind of had that dispute a little bit because think about this. I went to the Pro Bowl as a fullback, right? But I didn't block. I was the primary ball carrier.
And then when it was time to
tried to pay you a
negotiate,
fullback.
they said, we want to make you the highest paid fullback. I'm like, whoa.
That's bullcrap.
Right, there's 4. There's 4 in the whole league. Right? So, yeah, that's like
I don't even see fullback on
right.
Oh, wait. They do have it. Hold on. Highest paid fullback right now. The list is like 15 guys in the whole league.
Right.
Highest paid fullback is that Kyle Juszczyk, the guy who
for the Ravens.
didn't he embarrass Minkah Fitzpatrick? I like that guy.
Yes. He was in San Francisco now. Yes.
He gets paid an average of $5 million a year. His total guarantee is $7 million.
Right. Think about that.
Derek Watt.
Watt brother.
I mean, yeah, you never heard of there's Dan Vitale. Is he related to Dick? Like
You see what
never
I'm
heard
saying?
of any of these guys.
So that's how crazy that gets. So when a coach says to you about intangibles, that's usually a way of saying, yeah, we can keep this guy without paying him. I'm telling you.
I'm with you. We, of course, have ourselves a football game week, and that means Coach Flo. He is getting ready to take on his former team, the New England Patriots, Leroy. And this was what swole Coach Flores had to say. It looked like he was fresh off a pump, was doing some shoulder shrugs, spoke to the media, and gave him his thoughts on what it's like to prepare for a game without Tom Brady against the Patriots.
They still have a talented roster. You know, Cam Newton's a former MVP, former number 1 overall pick. Julian Edelman's a great player. They got good backs. They got good offensive linemen defensively. You know, they got the defensive player of the year and Gilmore and, J.C. Jackson and Devin McCourty. I mean, this is I know we're all saying it's a very different team. It is in some respects, but they're still very talented and they're still well coached. So this will be a tough test for us. We've got to have a good week of practice, good week of preparation, and go up there and try to play a tough, smart football game.
This is going to be interesting because, I mean, it is a different type of quarterback that Bill Belichick hasn't had before, right, Leroy? I mean, like, he hasn't really had a guy who can move like this. Everybody's kind of just played within the system perfectly, whether it be Castle or Jimmy G or Jacoby Brissett or Tom. Like, they feel like they've always had one type of guy, and Cam is a different type of threat, even if he's not what he was.
Well, the thing that they do, what a lot of teams don't do, is they get the ball out of the quarterback's hands. And so if he's able to do that, it's not going to be that much of a departure. It's being accurate with those mid-range, those middle of the field throws, and being able to take advantage of the situations where you have a guy that's running down the field. It used to seem like Tom Brady wouldn't miss those. Like if he got 1 or 2 opportunities, they took advantage of those 1 or 2 opportunities where you slipped in the secondary. So the demand on Cam is, the game might speed up for him a little bit because he's going to have to make quicker reads and he's going to have to get rid of the ball a little bit quicker, which is not a worse thing. And then you add the dynamic of, okay, he can do the read option if he's healthy enough. That just adds another dynamic. Now, he won't be as good as Tom Brady getting rid of the ball quick and making quick decisions, but at the same time, they still can do some of the things that they did when Tom was a quarterback, along with having the ability to do the read option and set up the pass off of that.
Well, from their standpoint, like, do they have to be like? Does it help having and I'm putting this under the guys. Like, I'm assuming Cam is healthy. I'm putting
right
because
okay.
I don't know. But let's say he is healthy, even if he's a little bit past his prime because he's got a lot of mileage on him. Does he have to be? You can't be as perfect at that system as Tom Brady is, but also you don't have to be because Tom Brady, that was his skill set. Like, he had to be perfect for it all to work.
Well, what'll happen is that they'll insert the offense, right? The same offense that Tom Brady has run. And then, you have a lot more plays than you actually run. And the whole point is finding what you do best under the circumstances that are given, whether it's 1st and 10, 2nd and long, 2nd and short, whatever. And you just kind of, during camp, work your way through all those circumstances and situations and figure out what plays not only are needed for that situation, but what plays can your offense execute. Now, Cam's a little bit behind the 8 ball because he came in late.
That's true.
So they might be limited in that from that point early on in the season. But as time goes on, when you start getting the identity of what your offense can do, then it'll look more like Cam's offense than Tom's offense.
Here's Bill Belichick. Cam Newton said this week that he and Bill are a match made in heaven. Here is the Patriots coach, sounding kind of giddy that he doesn't have to coach Tom Brady.
He's come in and done everything we've asked him to do. He works hard. He's obviously a very talented player, and looking forward to continue to work with him. We'll just take it day by day, but he's given us everything he's had, and we've tried to put the team in the best position we can competitively. We'll see how all that comes out, and I'm sure a lot of things will change as the season goes along. But we are where we are for right now, and let's keep trying to get better every day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, he
does
sounds like
have a lot of
little pep in his step, right?
In his step.
Yeah.
I
don't like it.
He didn't say anything though.
It was tone, though. It was tone.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like he had a level of energy that you don't normally hear from Bill Belichick.
Yeah, Bill Belichick's normally like,
Right.
He's going to go out there. He's a good football
he's excited
player.
about something different?
I think he is.
Because I tell people all the time, don't confuse better with different.
Because he said this week, he was on WEEI, the Murph, and Robbie would like this. The odds makers have him leaving New England in 2021 more likely than he returns. And so he was asked about it. What do you think of those odds, Bill? And he's like, yeah, I'm just trying to get ready for Miami. A long-term future for me is Sunday. Because that's a Belichick answer. But maybe he does stay if he feels like there is new life there. And he obviously doesn't have to deal with the Tom Brady drama.
Was that drama?
It was drama. I mean, look, they had a lot of success, but I'm sure. Look, does it not sound like they were done with it? It's a long time, like you said.
You know what the hardest thing to do is? To complain about winning. You see what I'm saying? So now, Belichick didn't do it, and Brady wouldn't do it. So you'll never hear about, because it sounds terrible. You're complaining about a team and you won 6 Super Bowls? Get out of here.
It is greedy. It is.
It's not even greedy. It's like, what type of maniac are you that you won 6 Super Bowls in 20 years and you're complaining about the circumstances in which you work?
This happens though, man. Like,
not that successful.